Okay, I think we had the issue in the third video with the audio. We'll do the recording again for the practical session 3. For the practical session 3, actually what we're planning to do is doing a spatial, joint and economic social data synthesis. In here, what we are planning to do is, just imagine you have a population based database, and then you have the county or the GND division data file or the shape file. Now based on these things, you have to identify, okay, right now, because based on this specific density, we have this many hospitals in this Gram-Nirdhari division. So likewise, if the density is more than that, then we need to consider of like allocating a new hospital or new healthcare facilities for these kind of other Gram-Nirdhari districts. So for this one, we will use 3 data sets. So the link is given. I have already give you the link. For the data source, it's in this one. You can go and download the exercise 3 data sets. Over there you will see some data files. So while data is downloading, I will open the arc map 0.8 in here. After that we can go along with the file. So as per the instruction, what we have to do is the goal is to determine the population served by different primary healthcare centers in Jaffna District. For this one, we need to load GN division boundaries of Jaffna, and then we need to import population centers. In here, we will have the population centers in CSV file. So now you will know how we can import the data from CSV into a shape file or vector file for the further use in ArcGIS, and then we will do the configuration of the spatial joining, how to do the spatial join, and then we will do the field mapping and the aggregation, and after that we will do the calculation of density. Then based on the density calculation, we will do the spatial relationship filtering where the newly built specific infrastructure should be located in the Jaffna province or certain Gram-Nirdhari districts. So the first thing first, what we need to do is we need to load the data set. So how we need to load the data set? I think my download is okay. The data file has been downloaded. I will copy this one. I will open the file and copy this zip file from here, and then I will create a temporary folder in my D drive. I will create new folder for this one, 03, and I will paste the data set here, and then I have to extract the data. So now after I open this one, I do have the GND district shapefile, and then hospital shapefile and population CSV shapefile. Next, in the ArcMap, we have to, I will close this one and click on new, and from there you have to set the location for your geodatabase. From here I will set the location for the geodatabase. Okay, now it's there. I will select, I will add folder connection, put the file in D x05, okay, and then I will create a new geodatabase file in here named x04. Then I will select this one as my default geodatabase for this specific map and click OK. After that, I will click on File, Save As, and then go to my specific folder location, which is D. Then this one exe3. I will type ex04.mxd and click Save. Now I do have all the files which I need. If I go back, you will see my ArcGIS file is there, ex04mxd. This is my ArcGIS database for ArcGIS file, and then arc.arcgis arcmap file, and this is my arcmap geodatabase file. Now I will start load the data. To load the data, you can go to window and then click on table of window, click on catalog, and then from there you can click on this form and then click on exercises and then click on GND. From there I will load the GND shape file, right click, and then you can like add, or you can directly drag and drop. Even I will drag and drop hospitals shape file, and then lastly I will drag and drop population CSV file. Now if I view, I will switch the tick off this one, then you will see, if you zoom into the map, you will see there are some specific locations with the hospital. If I click on the inspect element icon and click on this specific polygon, you can see it's a hospital name, Telipalai Base Hospital, somewhere in Jaffna. So now what I need to do is, like, I need to clip the data, because in here I do have all the data for specific, not only for Jaffna, for the entire region. So what I have to do is, I just need to clip the data. To clip the data, I will click on the Glamnidari shapefile, right click, open attribute table, and from there you can either dock this one. I will dock this one here, and then you can click into the select by attribute column, and then here you can see we have the district named ADM2 dash name. So I will click on ADM2 dash name, then I will type equal, and then I will click get all unique values. From there I will select not candle, we are focusing on Jaffna, so I will click on Jaffna and click apply. After I do that filtration, you can see all the GNDs which were in Jaffna district were highlighted. So I can click close on this one, and now I need to do the clipping part. So I will go into the search. You can click on Windows and then click on search, and from here you can type clip. So in the analysis tool, I can click on the clip, and then for the input features I will put Ramaniladari, and then same for the output clipping features I will say Ramaniladari, and then for the output I will say Ramaniladari clip dash Jaffna. Okay, so this is going to be saved in my ex304 geodatabase file. So I will click OK. Then I have to give it white. So after the clipping tool runs, you can see a clipped shapefile will be exported into this location. So right now you see all the Gramandari districts in this Jaffna district has been clipped and make into a new shape file. I will right click and zoom only into the Jaffna district file. Now I will remove this all Gramandari file. Now I have to do the same thing to the hospitals as well. So I will click on clip. Now in here I have to say the input features will be hospitals. Now for the clipping feature I will select clip hospitals inside this Gramandari, which is clipped Jaffna file, and then it will be hospitals clip to Jaffna. I will type it as this and then click OK. So after a while you will see hospitals also been clipped into the Jaffna. So here you cannot see the clear difference. I will open the hospitals attribute table. From there you can see we do have total 430 hospitals were there. But if I right click and open the attribute table of the clip data, you will see only 30 hospitals are there in Jaffna. So after that, I will remove this total hospital shape file as well. This is how you can like keep everything arranged in ArcGIS when you are doing the work. Now, for the population, you see we do have a Excel file. In here, what we have x-axis, y-axis, and then the density column. X-axis, y-axis, and then the density column is there. Okay, now how we can convert this Excel shapefile data into convert this X and Y data into a what we call a shapefile. So I will right click on this one and click on display X and Y data. From there, for the X field, that means for the latitudes I can select X, and then for the Y field I can select Y, and for the C field I can select none, and then click OK. After that, you will see this kind of file will appear. So if I click on inspect on one single dot like this, you will see uh, the information regarding that single dot. Here you will see the density as well. Now we don't need this all the data. Actually, I download this data from a website called raster. It's actually a raster based on satellite data, because I couldn't find any survey department data. So if you get the survey department data, you also can do the same way like this. In here I obtain the data from satellite. So now I need to convert this one into, I need to clip this population density data into the Jaffna region as well. So for that thing also I will use the clip analysis tool. For the input features I will select population CSV events, and for the clipping events I will select grammar Nilgiri clipped Jaffna, and then for this one I will say population clip to Jaffna, and then click OK. So after that I will remove these unnecessary files from here. So I do have clipped population data, and then the hospital data, and then the grammar Nilgiri data. So now what we need to do is we need to do the calculation part. So how we can do the calculation part? Do the calculation part, how what we can do is we can simply after you prepare in the data, now you have to do the joining part. Now we will go with the joining part. To do this partial joining, what you have to do is you have to search in here for this partial join tool. From there you can click on this partial joint analysis, and then from there you have to select the target features uh, Grammar Drift Jaffna, and then for the joint features you can say the population. So first we will do it for the population, and then here you have to select this one is Grammar Drift. I will say Grammar join population file. So for the join features, you can say 1 to 1, and then from here you have to select the mapping features. I will scroll down to view all the information regarding the shapefile. So over there, I will select format option as completely contains. So for each Gramanilzari district, that means this, just imagine this Gramanilzari file, over there count all these dot files, that means the density grid files, and get the average grid for that specific location. So I will scroll down in here and click on density, and then I will right click merge rule. For the merge rule, I will select sum. So you have to do this one, otherwise what will happen is, for the first wave, if it is like in this Gramanilzari district shape file, it will count the first point and allocate the value of that first point only. To mitigate that one, you have to right click and merge rule. Under the merge rule, you have to select sum. So you can verify it again. Go to the merge rule and see, for the density field you select sum. After that, what you can do is you can click OK. Okay, after that I will remove this Ramanidhari clipped file from here, and then if I right click on this attribute table and click on open attribute table and see this new attribute table of the Ramanidhari joint population shapefile, in the last column I will see the density of each administrative province. So this one, for an example, if I click here, it is Analytics North Gram district. Over there, I do have the population density as 1399.5, somewhere like that. Since this is the data I obtained from satellite, that's why we will have the point data, because we cannot have like half people or somewhat like that. This is just for the demonstration purpose only. When you are dealing with the actual data, you shouldn't see values like that, so you have to pay the attention to that as well. Okay, now my population density is there. Actually, not the population density, is the total population in that region. To calculate the population density, we need to do the calculation. So how we can do the population density calculation? For this Gramanidhari joint population attribute table, I will go into that attribute table, and then I will click on these table options. From there, I will click on add field, and then in here I will type pop density as a new field. For here, I will say it as a double value, because I will have some decimal values over there. So I will click OK. Now if I go into the very end of the column, I will see population density. So I need to do the calculation. So how we can do the calculation for the population density? We need to have the shape file of each Gramanidhari district, or the area of this each Gramanidhari district. Then I can divide the total population by that total area. Now I do have the population density. Then I need to have another field. So I will add another field as GND area, and then I will put this one as also double, because I will have decimal values for the GND area. So now first I will calculate the GND areas. I will right click on GND area. I will first select all the GND values, right click, and then click on calculate geometry. Click yes, and then from here it's asking WGS 1984, and click on Okay, so I make a mistake in here. Actually, now we need to do the coordinate system conversion. I didn't do the coordinate conversion system. I will do the coordinate conversion first. So here, if I go into the properties of this one and click on the sources, you will see my coordinate system is GS 1984. So I need to convert this GCS into uh, PCS, that means projected coordinate system. So how we can convert this one into the projected coordinate system? So here I can delete this one and click project, then can click on project data management, and then here I will click the input data set of each class. I will convert this Brahmanildari joint population file into Khandawala coordinate system. So I will type this one as join pop for the Khandawala I will type KND, and then for this one I have to select the coordinate system. For here I can type Khandawala. Then under the projected coordinate system natural grids Asia, I can select Khandawala Sri Lankan grid and click OK. Then after that I can hit OK. So after that, after I do the conversion, you can see it has been converted into the Khandawala grid coordinate system. If I go into the sources right now, you can see it's in Khandawala Sri Lanka grid, and it is in the Khandawala. So now we can do the calculation, because this one is in linear unit, is in meters. So I will click close. I will remove this file, population file. Now I will right click on here and then go to the attribute table, and then I will go into the very end GND area, right click, calculate geometry. I will recalculate the area. So from here it is asking, I will select as area, then Khandawala grid. From here it is asking about the square meters. So for this one you can give under square kilometers. For each square kilometer how many population is there, so you can calculate the population density for each area. So I will say square kilometers and click OK, and then click yes. So I do have the G and D areas. Now I can click on population density, right click, calculate field, click yes. And now what is the equation for the population density? Total population, or this one I redirect as like density. This column, that means that column is the actual population. So click on population, then for the divide the symbol is this by GND area, and then you can click OK. So now I do have the population density like this. So here you can see we have like higher densities. Now I can do the displaying part. So for this one, how I can visualize, I can right click on this data and I will click zoom to layer, and I will remove this population data clip, because we don't need it. We already did the extraction. We only need the hospitals for the calculation. Right now, I will right click on here, click on properties, and then go to the symbology, and then click on categories. Here you can click on uh, unique values menu field. Click on unique values. From here, I can select the targeted field as pop density, and then add all values, and then can click on advanced. Not I can click on all values. Now we will use the quantiles. So I will click on graduated colors. So here for the values I will use pop density. So now I will have a unique values. In here I can click on classification. So I will classify according to like 10 classes. It's totally up to you how you can like display this one. I click 6 and click classify, and then here it's asking how should I do the classification. So I will do the natural breaks and click OK. And then for the breaking values, you can modify the breaking values. In here I will click 950, and then here I will select 1000, and then it's better to round these values. I am not going to round those, like those things are depending on you. And I will click OK. And then for the labels, here also you can modify, delete these parts. We don't need more zeros. We'll delete these zeros from here. The final display will be much cleaner. So we didn't do the final calculation yet. This is the population density distribution map in Jaffna District. So let me finish doing this labeling part. Here I will click apply and OK. So now you can see how the population is distributed. So in Jaffna, most population is concentrated in this southern part or southwestern part of Jaffna. Then also we do have northeastern part of Jaffna. So we do have like higher population. So now how we can allocate the hospital, like how we can get the hospitals. So now we need to calculate the hospitals as well. So how we can calculate the hospitals based on this one. So we need to do the same thing for each gram military location. We can click and see how many hospitals are there. So for this one, what we need to do, we need to do the calculation. What we have to do is we have to select the, we have to use the tool called select. In the selection, we have the tool called select by attribute. So now what we are going to do is we are going to select based on location. So select by location, I will click selected features from. So select the features from Jaffna GND population, Kandhavala converted file, and then source layers. So select all the hospitals, and then for here I have to select contains completely contains the source layer feature. So then I can click apply. So after I click apply, you will see some areas has been highlighted in this map. So what are these areas highlighted? So if I deselect this one and remove, you will see. So let me zoom in. So I will move the hospital layer to the top. I will move the hospital clip layer to the top. Then you will understand. So if I zoom here, for an example, you will see a hospital in here. What is this? Is the hospital, Visional Hospital Ampad. So there's a hospital for this specific Gramanilgari division, and also for this Gramanilgari division also we do have a hospital, divisional hospital Kodiakama. So likewise for all these selected polygons we do have one or two more hospitals allocated for that specific Gramanilgari division. So now we have to select the locations where we need to allocate more hospitals, not for this specific location. So how we can do that one? So now we selected the locations where we do have the hospitals. Now from there I can click on this, select only this the selected features. From there I can go to the last one. I will add a column name, add field. I will type hospital availability, and then here I will type it as short integer because I will use coding. So for this one, for these selected features, I will do field calculator, yes. So hospital availability, I will type 1. That means we do have hospitals for these districts. So for the rest of the hospitals, like if I click, hospital availability is still none. So now So now what I have to do is from this tool I can switch the selection and select all the rest of the Gramanilgari divisions. For the rest of the Gramanilgari divisions, what I can do is I can allocate from the field calculator. Yes, so hospital availability for these divisions I can select it as 0. So what I did is I geocoded these values. So now if you see 0, that means for that specific Gramanilgari division, there's no in-hospital available. But if you see 1, that means for that Gramanilgari district, there are 1 or 2 or more hospitals available. So we don't need to consider about those Gramanilgari divisions. We need to consider about the Gramanilgari divisions where the hospital availability is 0. So okay, now with this current selection where the hospitals we don't have any hospitals available, I can click on select by attributes. So from this select by attributes, now what I need to do is I need to remove. So for here the method I will type remove from current selection. So now I am going to remove from these selected features which are the Gramanilgari districts where we don't have any hospitals. From there select from the selected unavailable Gramanilgari districts, remove That means remove whatever the condition that I am going to do in here. So we need to check on the density. If the population density is less than or greater than or equal some value, we can say these are the higher priorities. The higher priority zones where we need to allocate more hospitals. So now from here what I can do is I can type a equation. That means let me type if the population density greater than or equal 800, that means if the population density is greater than or equal 800, from the selected consider those regions. Now you can see the regions where the population density is greater than 800 was selected. So if I type to let me increase this to 1000. First we select this one, and then let me select the features where I don't have hospitals. I will select by attribute, create new selection. From there I will select hospital availability equal 0, and then I will click apply. That means these are the locations we do have no hospitals at all. Now from here what I need to do, I have to filter out the location where we do have the population density more than some specific value. So now from this selected one I will select remove from current selection, and then I will say delete this one, population density which is greater than or equal 800, and then I will click on apply. So actually here I made a mistake. Sorry guys, let me deselect this one and then select. So this one should be create new selection. Go here, hospital availability. This hospital availability equal 0. Click on apply. So these are the places where I don't have any hospitals, like where we don't have any hospitals. From there I will select from current selection, and then I have to type where population density is less than or greater than 800 and click apply. So now you can see we have highlighted the regions where we do not have hospitals, but there's a need of allocation of the hospitals because it is like more than 800 people per region. So for the hospital availability, this one I will give a new code. So for field calculator I will type yes. So for hospital availability value I type 0 for no available, 1 for available, and then I will type 2 for low. That means if we consider low avail, like we need to consider these regions for the allocation of the hospital with the priority, we can say less priority as 2. Now, okay, then now that the region is selected, so same thing I will do. I will say uh, select from current selection where I do have more than 1000, and I will click apply. So 1000 is also that not that much weight. I will say 1100 and click apply. Say 1500 and apply. Okay, I will select 1500 and apply. Now for these selected features, I will right click and click on field calculator and click yes, and then I will say availability moderate as 3 and click OK. So now I will select the regions where we have more than 2000 people per square kilometer. So I will click apply. So in these regions we do have more than 2000 people living in, but we don't have any hospitals. So I will increase the values to see 2500 where we do have, here we do have even more than 2500. I will click on apply, and then we can select like 300, 3000 and apply. Okay, these regions we do have even 3000 people, but we don't have that many hospitals. So I will click close. Now I will for these field selected fields, I will go to the field calculator and type number 4. That means number 4 means high priority regions where we don't have any hospitals. So okay, now what we can do, I will deselect this one, deselect all the layers from like this. Now this is the population density of the candy. I will create a copy of this data. How I can create the copy? I can right click, data, export data, and then all features. From here I can say GDB export output. For here I can say let me say hospital underscore availability, hospital consideration for the future implementation. Yes, and then for this layer I will go to the properties, and then for the symbology I will go on categories, unique values. Under the unique values I will select the availability of the hospital, add all values. Now I know what these each values mean. So 0 mean hospital availability, that means not available, and then 1 mean available, and then 2 mean low consideration for the hospitals, and this one mean medium consideration, and then number 4 mean higher consideration for the population. So even I can select the colors. For the not available I can say okay, let me put some yellow color, and then for the available regions I can put dark green color. Available I will go with the pale color, so I will go with this yellowish color, and then for higher consideration regions I will go with dark red as normal, and then for medium consideration I will go with the yellow color one, and then for the low consideration I will go with darker green color, light green color one, like highlighted green, and then click apply, click OK. So now from this map you can see where we need to consider when implementing the hospital. So not especially we need to consider on allocating more hospitals in north western part, not northwest and southwestern part, and northeastern part. So if we focus on more, we need to specify on these specific Brahmanilzari districts. So now how we can, like, just imagine if someone asks you need to export this data set where we need to focus on more higher consideration locations, how we can export. So just right click on this one, go to the attribute layer and then select by attributes, and then from there you can simply do a selection where hospital availability equal 4 and click apply. So now you can see all the red zones were selected and click close. Now if you select the list, you will see the areas where we need to focus. Now how I can export this one into Excel file. So there's a tool called export table to Excel. So table to Excel conversion tool. From here I can click on hospital consideration, and then because I select the features from hospital consideration layer and then click, I can save the file to the default location. I will click OK. After that you will see a successful message. Then you can go back into your folder under the scratch. You will see that Excel file. So whenever you need to consider, like, these are the regions where we need to consider when we allocate new hospitals. So here if you go into the hospital availability, you will see number 4 regions have been selected. So for the Grameen divisions, we have to focus more on these few Ramanilari districts on considering, like, at least available, like giving them some healthcare facilities, because for these regions if you go and see the population density, we do have higher population. So all of these regions we do have more population. That means over there we do have some issues in the sanitary facilities, especially like if they have a sickness or something, they don't have that many hospitals to go and attend. So that's how you can do a simple analysis based on that. Now it's totally up to you, because you do have these two layers. Also I let you know guys, I show you guys how to create the maps as well. So I am not going to repeat that process. You can go into the switch into the layout window and then right click page and print and properties. From there you can select the A4 size, A4, and then I will say landscape. Okay, and then portrait. Okay, right click, then zoom to layer, copy another layer. From here I will select Ramnirgari population area. So this one will be the population map, and then this one will be the density map. So click on properties, then the coordinate, the grids, new grid, then properties. For this style I can go with this style, need some sort of this style. I will click OK and then apply. Then if the font size is not enough, go to the style, properties, size I will increase it to 12 and click apply, then click OK and then apply. You see the font size has been increases. So if you need to add more grid lines, how you can add more grid lines? You can go to the properties in here and then intervals, you can set the intervals from here. So here by default I set 1 1, so here you can see 5 and click apply. Okay, apply. Now you will have this grid. Click OK. I will remove the grid lines from north and labels from top and right. Right, top and left. It should be top and left. Put the labels in right. Same thing goes to this one as well. Properties, new grid, new learning style. Okay, properties, labels, 12, type, top left, remove the labels, apply, and the labels I will select 0, 5, 5, okay, apply, yes, okay. So now I can add the north arrow for each map from insert, arrow, this, okay. I will click control and create a copy of another north arrow from here, and then click on insert, then click on scale, click on scale bar, select the scale bar that you need. In properties you can set the division area units. For this one I will select kilometers, apply, okay. Now I can set this one, scale bar. I will copy the same scale bar for this one as well. Now what else we need? We need the labels. For the first grid one, I will select the first grid file and then click on insert and then click on legend. For the legend, for the first one, I will select this the hospital population, that means the Brahmin is joining for one. So I will remove this one. The legend should be created and click next. So here I do have the legend for this one. I will right click on properties, then I will remove some items from here. So go to the items and then click on symbology. From here I will select general, no general. Click on style. For the style I will select the item plus here, and then even I can click on label, layer name, click OK. So symbology I can select the font and font size I will select 12 and click on apply. Okay, so the layer name is here, so I will rename this layer name to uh, population density. You can see it has been changed to the population density here. Then need to add the legend for this map as well. How I can add a legend? Click here, insert legend for this one. The legend will be I need to keep the hospital consideration layer. Clicking it. I have to format. I click properties, font size 12, apply, style, layer name label, okay, apply. Here I can say rename this layer as hospital consideration. So now how we can export this layer? We can click on file, format, then click on the format which you need. I can click PNG, then click 0, click export. Now if I go over there into my directory, I will see the exported map. So now I can include these maps in my project as well. Like if I write a thesis, if I am writing a thesis or a project report, I can include these files over there. So that's how you can do a simple spatial analysis to do some spatial filtering and then do some uh, partial join and then do a simple analysis like that. So hope that you guys get something from this exercise as well. That's it, and wish you all the best for your upcoming